Hello everyone. Now we will look at the next lecture in the module of sports psychology, and the topic of this lecture is sports psychology techniques to enhance performance. My name is Dr. Ankur Shukla and I'll be conducting this lecture today. When we look into a brief overview of lecture topics, at first we will be introducing what is sports psychology technique to you. Then we'll look at the approaches employed, the techniques that are employed and how we will perform that technique. And then there will be a concise summary of the things we have learned, and it will be followed by MCQs. Introduction part. Introduction. The definition of sports psychology techniques are mental strategies designed to enhance athletic performance, boost confidence, manage stress, and improve focus. It helps athletes develop mental resilience and peak performance. Involves techniques like visualization, goal setting, and mindfulness. It enhances focus, motivation, and emotional regulation of an athlete. It is used by professionals to overcome performance anxiety and pressure, plays a crucial role in injury recovery and mental well-being. Now we will look at the approaches employed, and the first one is visualization, that is mental imagery. When we look at the definition of visualization, a mental rehearsal technique where athletes imagine themselves performing successfully. But it is not only a general idea of seeing oneself gaining a particular goal or seeing oneself being victorious. It engages all senses, that is sight, sound, touch, and even smell, to stimulate real competition conditions. How it works? It helps build confidence by reinforcing positive outcomes, improves muscle memory by mentally rehearsing movements, reduces performance anxiety and prepares the mind for action. How to practice it? One should find a quiet place and one should close his or her eyes. Now the athlete should imagine executing a skill with precision and then engage all senses, feel the movement, hear the sound, and see the environment. The scientific support for this proposition has been seen in various studies which show that mental imagery activates the same brain regions as physical practice, improving motor performance. If we look at examples of visualization, we see a skier mentally rehearsing a downhill run, visualizing turns, jumps, and finishing line. A golfer imagines the ball's trajectory before making a putt. Michael Phelps is one of the prominent examples in Olympic sports who performs visualization before going for a dive. The next thing that is a major aspect of sports psychology technique is self-talk, that is positive affirmations of an athlete. Internal or spoken words that athlete use to control their mindset and behavior can be defined as positive affirmations. It can be positive in nature or motivational in nature or instructional in nature, which can guide you for technicalities. Types of self-talk, when we discuss about, we will find there are two major types. First is positive self-talk. It encourages confidence and reduces negative thoughts. Example, I can do this, I am strong. These are the motivational lines one says before an act. Now, the next type of self-talk or positive affirmation is instructional self-talk. Focuses on techniques and execution. In tennis, we use keeping my elbow straight. In running, we use push through the line. These are the kind of example of positive affirmation or instructional affirmation that an athlete uses. And how it works? It rewires the brain for positivity, it reduces stress, helps athlete maintain composure in pressure situations, and there is a lot of scientific support for this proposition also. Researchers indicate that self-talk enhances motivation, concentration, and performance under stress. Examples are a boxer repeating, "Stay calm, stay quick" before a match, a swimmer saying, "Glide smoothly" before a race. When we look at a prominent example from recent times, we look at the game at MCG where Virat Kohli defeated Pakistan from a stage where the win predictor showed 3% chances for India. In the post-match presentation, he says that I was positively affirming myself by saying, "I can do it, I will do it, I can chase the target, we have to wait for 1 or 2 overs." These were the kind of instructional or positive affirmations that he was using throughout the match. So it shows that these kind of things really help out an athlete in intense pressure situations. When we look at the next aspect of psychological techniques that enhance performance for an athlete, we look at goal setting. The definition of goal setting is simple: a structured approach to improve performance by setting specific measurable targets. There are 3 types of goals. One is outcome goals. In outcome goals, the focus is on the result. If we are competing for a medal, then the focus is on winning a gold medal. This can be seen as an outcome goal. The next type of goal is performance goal. It centers on personal improvement. Example, improving a running time. Then the next type is process goals. It is related to technique and strategy. Example, keeping a steady breathing rhythm in swimming, keeping a perfect stance while batting. These are the kind of example of process goal. And when we look at it, process goal is far much better than performance goal, and performance goal is far much better than outcome goals. These are the hierarchy. SMART goal framework. When we look at goal setting, this framework should be always followed. This is a mnemonic. S stands for specific, clear and well defined. M stands for measurable. Your goals should be measurable. It can be tracked easily. The next mnemonic word is A, and that stands for achievable, because it should be realistic in nature. If we want to achieve a goal, we cannot set unrealistic boundaries to it. Then the next is relevant, which aligns with athlete's need. And the last is time bound. It should have a deadline to it. The scientific support for this proposition is shown through various studies which show goal setting enhances motivation, focus and persistence. If we look at the examples, a football player setting a goal to increase passing accuracy from 70 to 85% within 3 months. A sprinter aiming to shave off 0.2 seconds from their 100-meter dash time in 6 weeks. Here, all the athletes are engaging in the SMART mnemonic. If we look at recent time examples, Rohit Sharma gave an interesting speech after winning the World Cup recently, and he said that we have set our goals from the last 2 years. We were specific about the outcome we were chasing, and we decided according to it, and we improved our game through goal setting. Now, the next technique is relaxation techniques, breathing and progressive muscle relaxation, that is PMR. The definition is method used to calm the mind and body, reducing stress and improving concentration. There are 2 types of relaxation techniques. The first one is deep breathing, that is diaphragmatic breathing. Here, it helps slowing our heart rate and calming our nerves before a competition. Example being a diver taking deep breaths before executing a high dive. The next type is progressive muscle relaxation or PMR. It involves tensing and relaxing different muscle groups to release tension. Example, a basketball player using PMR before a free throw to reduce muscle stiffness. How it works? It lowers our cortisol levels, that is the stress hormone, which is majorly responsible for the enhanced stress that we face during a performance, and it improves our focus and attention time, reaction time. Now, the scientific support for it. Studies show that these kind of techniques improve emotional control and reduces pre-competition anxiety. Famous examples are a gymnast practicing deep breathing before performing on the balance beam, a tennis player doing PMR between sets to stay relaxed. One of the famous examples will be Cristiano Ronaldo before taking a free kick. If you look at the videos of Cristiano Ronaldo free kicks, you will see that before taking a free kick, he takes 5 to 10 seconds, and in those 5 to 10 seconds, he takes his stance and does deep breathing. And we all know about the success rate of that player. Now, the next technique is focus and concentration training, that is cue controlled attention. The definition is technique used to maintain attention on key elements while ignoring distractions. Strategies to improve focus will be cue words. It can be short phrases to maintain focus, like stay balanced in weightlifting. Before you are lifting the weight, you say to yourself that stay balanced. We have to stay balanced. These are the cue words that can be used for increasing the focus and concentration of a player. Pre-performance routines, like repeating the same sequence before executing a skill. Example, a tennis player bouncing the ball before serving. You can see various examples where a player goes through a routine before performing the act. Now come the mindfulness technique or mindfulness training. These are staying present and blocking negative thoughts. How it works? It helps athletes stay in the zone, execute skills flawlessly. It reduces the impact of external distractions like crowd, noise, opponent pressure, etc. And there is a major scientific support for it. By seeing the researches, we can see that sports psychology confirms that attentional focus enhances performance consistency. Famous examples are a basketball player staring at the hoop's back rim before taking a free throw, a sprinter using a cue word like explode when starting a race. We can see cricketers like Sachin Tendulkar, Steve Smith, Virat Kohli, they go through a particular routine before taking stance. It can be touching their thigh pads, touching their elbow pads, it can be adjusting something, adjusting the bat grip, or turning the bat around. These are the kind of